Hello everybody, welcome back to our first reading lesson of the week. Today's date is Monday the 11th of May 2020 and our Can I question is this. Can I use clues from the front cover to make predictions about the book? Remember, a prediction is when we think about what the book might be about, so who the characters are, what might happen to them, what the main events of the story will be. So for today's lesson, you'll need a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper, or alternatively, you could type your answers straight onto Class Dojo. If you're working on paper, write today's date and underline it, please, and today's Can I question. Pause the video now so that you can get yourself ready. Okay, let's have a look at our book and the front cover. The book I've chosen for us this week is The Green Ship by Quentin Blake. Now, some of you might recognise this type of illustrations that we can see on the front cover because Quentin Blake is a really famous illustrator. In fact, he has illustrated all but one of Roald Dahl's books, so that's where you might recognise it from. That's the reason I picked this book up actually, because the front cover and illustration just looked amazing and I wanted to dive inside and see what it was about. Okay, to help you with your prediction, I've written some questions that you can answer. I'd like you to write it in a paragraph or perhaps a couple of paragraphs, but use these questions as prompts to help you. So, for example, who are the characters in the picture? I can see two characters here. Who do you think they are? How old do you think they are? Are they adults? Are they children? Are they teenagers? Do they know each other? Are they friends? Are they siblings, sister and brother? What's their relationship? Where is the story set is the second question. So do you think it's set in this country or a different country? Whereabouts? Is it a rural setting in the countryside, or do you think it's in a city? And why? What time of year do you think it is there? Is it autumn, winter time, spring or summertime? And how do you know? What clues can you see to help you? And finally, what is intriguing about the front cover? What do you want to find out? What do you think is going to happen to the characters in our story? So use those questions as prompts to help you write a prediction about what you think the story is going to be about. Pause the video now and give yourself some time to write that. Then once you're ready, come back because I'm going to start to read the first few pages of this book. Okay, well done. Before we go inside the book, I'm just going to read to you the blurb. Blurbs are really important because they help the potential reader to find out if they are going to want to read this book. Here we go. When two bold adventurers climb over the wall to explore the overgrown garden next door, they discover a ship made of bushes with tall, thin trees for masts. They also meet marvellous Mrs. Tredegar, who turns them into a fully trained crew. And with their imaginations at the ready, they embark on a series of glorious voyages. A book of exceptional warmth and humanity. This is Quentin Blake at his richest and most colourful. That's a quote from The Guardian, the newspaper. And a second quote says, a book to explore and enjoy again and again. Oh, I can't wait. Let's get inside the book and read the first part. Okay, wow, look at the illustration. I can remember very clearly, even now, what it was like when we climbed over the wall into the garden of the big house. We knew we weren't supposed to, but we had been staying with our aunt for a fortnight already, and were beginning to feel bored. So we were on the lookout for an adventure. Here we are. Over the wall, it wasn't much like the kind of garden we were used to, more like a park or even a forest. "We can be explorers," Alice said, crashing into the undergrowth. "I wonder what we shall discover." The trees were huge and covered with ivy. It really was very like a jungle. We plunged deeper and deeper into it. We thought we were completely lost. Then all at once, we pushed aside a screen of branches and saw something absolutely astonishing. It was a ship. At least, it wasn't a real ship, but you could see it was meant to be a ship. Bushes had been cut into the shape of bows and stern, and 2 trees trimmed to look like funnels. On either side of these, there were 2 tall, thin trees with not many branches. They were obviously meant to be the masts. Then Alice said, "Come on, there's nobody about. Let's get a look at it." Towards the back of the ship, there was also something like a tree house or a small garden shed perched on top of an ancient tree stump. A set of wooden steps led up to it, and we climbed them and went in. Inside, there was a wheel with spokes that stuck out, just as if it were a proper ship. On a little shelf, there was a telescope, and next to it, a photo in a brown wooden frame of a man in uniform. From the roof hung an old lantern. Through the windows, you could see for miles. You could almost believe you were at sea. And then, suddenly, we were taken by surprise by a voice which said, "Well, what have we here, bosun? Stowaways?" Okay, going to leave it there for today on a bit of a cliffhanger, and come back tomorrow to see what's in store for these 2 explorers. Well done for today.